Welcome guys to a new video on Richard's channel. Today we have a new deck buff for you guys, and it's for me, Dave, and I played Bystial Fiendsmith. So this deck buff was actually like an accumulation of like different tops, not really YCS tops or anything, but I won the OTS in Spijkenisse, Rotterdam region, in Yugiwang with this deck. I won OTS Gent with this, 31 participants, and I got 27 place at the German Open with 750 participants. So not really crazy results, but really strong, like consistent results. So that's why we're doing this deck buff on. And I really enjoy this deck. Got a bit unlucky in the German Open the first two rounds, because I lost the first round, so I started with a X2 record, but ended up grinding back to with an end score of 8-2, which is actually a topping record, but just first tie breaks because I lost the first two rounds. But yeah, we're just going over the deck and we'll discuss it with you guys. So of course, why play this deck? I think this deck is a really good strategic advantage in this format, because Fiendsmith cards are really hard to interact with for your opponent. When we look at the format, you have Vysia and Malice, of course, and Malice can be a coin toss on how well they open, but with the amount of non-engine, when you open 3 non-engine, you can really stop most decks in their track. And also Fiendsmith cards are really self-dependent. They give you a good grind game, they allow you to play a lot of non-engine, and they also out-detonators and stuff on their own. So we're just going over it, and yeah. So I played 3 Engravers, 3 Lacrima, then the 1 Lurie, and then the 1 Tracked, and then the 1 Paradise. Just showing you the entire Fiendsmith lineup. So the advantages of the Fiendsmith cards is, of course, like if you want to interact with Engraver, you need to have Ash, specifically because you cannot purge it. Tracked you can purge, of course, but if you do that you cannot Ash on the Requiem, so that's super awkward to do that. So you can Ash the Tracked, but then you cannot really purge stuff anymore, because what else do you add with the Fiendsmith cards, of course. The Lacrima is really hard to interact with, because let's say for example you go Imperm on Lacrima and you go Ash on Requiem, they can always still go Lacrima, Requiem, send Trap, F Trap as a disruption, even though you hand trapped it twice. So that sort of stuff, and also it gives you an endless grind game. So as you can see, even though it's a very small package, it's only 10 cards, it's also the downside of the deck. The really powerful cards are also not that many in quantity. So if you don't see it, you're also very burdened in that regard. But yeah, like I did a lot of times where the Tracked was my only play, so I went Tracked into Lacrima instead of Lurie, and then discard the random card from my hand that I knew I didn't really need it or something like that. Because Lacrima, even though you hand trap it twice, you still gain follow-up of that, because if you go Lurie and the Requiem got ashed, you get beaten by 1 hand trap where Lacrima isn't, of course. So I did that a lot of times, and but like the Fiends of card are the best part of this deck, so that's why we play it, of course. Then I complemented it with the Fiendsmith engine, of course. So I played with the 1 Magnamut, the 3 Druidworm, the 3 Baldrake. Shoutouts to Dinant, because right before the German Open I noticed I forgot the Baldrake, so I borrowed one from him that's in this deck profile. So really thanks to him. 3 Libellion, and the 1 we gained. The Bystial package is really solid. It doesn't really do much against Vysia, or like pure Vysia. Fiendsmith Vysia does a lot against. But the thing is, it complements your Fiendsmith engine so much. Like 2 bodies generate like the entire Fiendsmith engine. When they don't have Ash for the Requiem, the Lacrima resolves or like comes to the board. You can start actually grinding. So even though 2 bodies, you can make a lot of stuff happen. You can grind endlessly, draw hand traps, and still go through. Brand Weekend gives you that endless grind game as long as it sticks on the field. Most of the time, the first interaction with Brand Weekend cannot be ogred, because you usually chain block it with Magnamut. So you're getting chaining 1 way, you're getting chaining 2 Magnamut, so you always get value out of it. And also against Malice and stuff, it's such a hard card to do for them, because they sort of need to keep Ash for the weekend, but then if you keep it for the weekend, why not Ash the Lubellion or like Ash the Requiem? Like Ash has so many implications against this deck that it actually is good for this deck to play so many times into Ash, because you need to Ash something and then the rest of the entire deck goes off. Also, you can make Caesar, of course, with the Fiendsmith cards, but it gets beaten by one single imperm. So what I most of the time do is I check in the early game, like the first turn, when I have enough Bystials as like a supplementary engine in my hand. I go sequence, check if they have imperm or stuff like that. If they have imperm, good, I beta that out. Make an Eknam Day revive the Engraver, and then use a Bystial to make Lars, because Lars cannot be out of it sort of like X'd. Like cards we like X'd. That's an aggregator, of course, because it cannot be targeted by monster effects. But of course you can make so many like things possible, and because you already baited the imperm from your opponent, it's really solid in that regard. And of course Bystials, while they generate bodies, they also gain value by being like pseudo DD of course. And then for the non-engine, 3 Ash, 3 Failure, 3 Ogre, 3 Furulos, 3 Nip, 3 Imperm. So just on top of everything, 18 hand traps. I was thinking of playing Army Rush in that extra deck, because it makes it so like any of these 6 hand traps, plus Lubellion is also Fiendsmith combo, plus setting up everything for the like for the grind game with weekend and stuff. I didn't go for it. It increases your consistency by a little bit, but I felt that the extra deck was always really tight, and I wouldn't really want to cut anything for that. So just 18 hand traps, really solid. Then we go over the side deck, or like the extra deck I mean first. I played Blue Requiem. This came up a lot. People Bystial your Requiem or stuff like that. You having a second one to back up, or just where you actually go to the second one in the game. That's also really important. Moon to bridge 2 engines. Sequence, of course, the Fusion Summon. Eknam Day is like the most underrated card in this deck in my opinion. But yeah, just like I said, when you get like impermed on sequence or stuff like that, you could go Eknam Day, revive the Engraver, and just like go over that. Necro Quip, 2 Decerees. This also came up for me lots of time, because I have the 1 Desiree on field. Opponent is like, trap can never resolve, activate trap, they never ash it because like Wolf fucking cares. And then you put out the second Desiree and they're like, I'm fucked. So just like I said, you overcharge Ash, but it's fine. 1 Caesar, because you sometimes make it. This is the card that I use the least amount, but it still comes up. The Lars actually came up more than Caesar in my opinion. The M7, yeah, just really powerful, and combination with Zeus, ending back in the hand trap, making Zeus is just really insane. SP, just generally card, like a general good card. Typhon and Chaos Angel. This just beats any Bystial matchups. And also Chaos Angel is just really out, like hard to out for like pure Bystial, for example. Token, and then for the side deck I played 3 Meows. For the first OTS I actually didn't have Meows. That was because I borrowed it to Bart Ladru. For the YCS he top with it, but didn't have it back on time for the OTS. So I just played Chaos Hunter, never really gave up. Didn't play like Malice. I played against the Malice in the OTS back then, but I just won without it. Perulia, used for some matchups like Bystial and stuff. Also Memento and decks that can you can profit of it. Freelancia, don't need much explanatory to have. Fenrir, this is one of the cards that increases your consistency going first, because you only have 10 starters going first with the Fiendsmith engine. So this helps you on top of being an interruption, and the 3 strikes, which really overperformed for me. Just as a really good card going first, and sometimes even sided going second against some matchups. Because this deck is already like a grind deck to begin with. So drawing into strike, going second, sometimes can interrupt your opponent a shit on, and especially against Malice. Sometimes striking their link is just already GG. We give it. So that's really it for the deck profile. I want to thank everyone for helping me. Richard for, of course, doing this deck profile. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Goodbye. Even